Okay. This is gonna be a demonstration for putting together your reference splash page. So yeah, for this particular assignment, I'm gonna have you guys do this for homework, just because I'm 80 to 90% sure that the school blocks Pinterest. So the only way you can get this done is at home, in theory. But this is definitely a really helpful thing to do for your projects. So we won't just go on just Pinterest itself. And I'll just go to like my default page. Basically, you're gonna just create like a splash page of like the different images, different things you want to use to create your work of art. So for warm up today, we should have went over some different references, photos to use. So I'm actually gonna do an example with photography. Just so just give you guys there in photography a little like direction on things to do, things to find. But basically, we're just gonna like bring together your images that you want to use. Create the image and just kind of experiment with it. So definitely gonna show like how that would work in photography if you were going like the photo composite route, if that's something you're kind of curious about. Okay, pretty simple though. We're just gonna do this in Procreate. I'm just gonna create a new document. You can just put it as a regular screen size. I typically like having a black backdrop, but you could do like any kind of a background that you want. Don't mind the bell. So first thing you want to do is you're gonna upload your the reference photo you're gonna use for your project. Or if you have like a couple of reference photos, you can add that too. So I'm just gonna insert the photo. I'm gonna use one of the pictures that I've taken in the past. This is an example. So let me see. I'm probably just gonna pick this one where I'm looking off to the side. Yeah. Let me find one where it's like big enough. I'll probably just pick this one just so I have like a whole cutout of it. So this is the reference photo that I'll be mainly using. So I'm just gonna use that as like my main reference. And we'll just kind of leave it that there. So you want to flip back and forth with like your Pinterest. And I would look up at least like 5 images at the minimum. You could definitely look up more. So obviously you want to look up like one idea of like something that you might want to do with your picture. So like for this particular thing, I'm probably gonna do something with photo composites. So this is actually good direction. And what's really cool about Pinterest though is once you kind of look up an image, if you go scroll to the bottom, you're gonna find like more images that kind of relate to the topic or stuff that maybe like a really has nothing to do with it as well. So you can get really like stuck on finding images, things that inspire you, give you ideas. So you guys probably have like a better idea of like what you want to do for your project. Like for this particular one though, I'm not too sure what I want to do in mine. So this is kind of interesting though. This green thing reminds me of like the Sims logo if you ever played Sims. So maybe I'll use that as like a reference. So I definitely want to have like a strong light source with like the portrait that I took. So I'm just gonna use this as like a reference. So I click on the image. If you click and hold your mouse button, you should be able to save it. For some reason I can't save it. Let me see. Save. Oh, that saves it in my board. Download. Share to. So sometimes you can just click and hold to save the image. I'm just gonna do a screenshot though. So I'm gonna swipe to the bottom left-hand corner to screenshot this. Okay, so not a big deal though. We're just kind of collecting images to use for our splashboard. So we'll save image. You may need to crop it one more time. For some reason the crop tool is like not really that great. So feel free to crop it again. You can go edit, crop, and add the image. So click done. Okay, and then we just go back to this page here. So I have one image here that I'm going to use, and so this is just mainly for us. You could use this as like an SI piece, but I probably wouldn't. You know, this is like nice to have like something to look at while you guys are working on your pieces. So I have like this one here. So I want to do something with like a strong light source. It doesn't have to be this Sims logo, but you know, like just look at the details of like the reflection though, and you know, kind of using like a different light might be interesting. So, so I'm gonna keep looking at ideas. I'm probably gonna use like a lamp, like an outdoor lamp. Let me see. So if we type in the search on the bottom here, I'm gonna say outdoor street post or street lamp. So, you know, if you know like specific things you want to incorporate in your photography, work of art, you know, definitely look up those things. So let me see if I can find like a good image to use to, you know, cut out as like a photo composite. So this one's kind of similar right here. Let's see if I can find some better ones. So I'm clicking on this image here just because I want to like have my my search, my algorithm show more of like what this looks like. So I want to see if I can find one that's like really close up. Oh, light bulb might be interesting. So maybe I might do like a light bulb instead. But you know, you won't like know these ideas or figure out what you want to do until you actually look up these things. So yeah, maybe I might want to use like a warm light bulb. So just for the sake of time, though, I'm just gonna pick one. I'll probably use this one. This one's got a lot of detail to it. It's very dim light. So you know, we're gonna do like the same thing though. Swipe to the left. I probably just do screenshots just to save yourself time. There's probably a more proper way to save it, but okay, done, save. And you know, basically you do like the same thing like before. So you go to photos, probably got to crop this again. Oh, this one I didn't. Oh, actually, I need to crop it. Yeah. So definitely do spend some time to crop it. You know, it's not gonna really take you too long. You know, just so like you you won't be too focused on like the little nuances on this part here. You know, you can just focus on just the image itself. So I was thinking about putting like the light bulb here. So definitely, you know, you want to start like, yeah, I want to like look at this, but you know, if you wanted to, I don't know, just start like collaging things on there, that could be an option as well. You know, we can duplicate this, resize it again. Oops, not draw it. So this reference is really for us, you know, just to take a look at how things will go when we do the picture. And then probably the next thing I'll think about is like the background. So maybe I don't know, maybe I might think of like an old abandoned house. Originally I was gonna do like something like this, but you know, I think abandoned building is kind of interesting. So, you know, again, I would just think carefully about like what kinds of photos you can take. You know, you have access to like an abandoned building. That actually would be pretty cool to take photos of that. So, you know, you can use like a portrait, take a portrait in school, and then, you know, you do like an abandoned building you go to, that'd be really cool looking. So, let me see. Can't find anything exactly that I want to look at. I mean, this one's pretty close. Kind of want like a occurrence, you know. Actually, it's pretty cool. That's not dark enough though. So you can get really caught up in like looking up these images, pictures. You know, just take your time with it. I don't want to rush this process. Okay, but you kind of get the idea though. You just want to start looking up images, things that inspire you. You know, build like this reference splash page. And then, you know, definitely if you're like photography, you know, you can either do like photo composite or maybe it could be like other things that could help you with your photos. Things to keep in mind of. Okay. So just 5 images though. If you want to look for more, that's fine. You can do that as well.